So guys, once I press this button, see the LED sequence starts. I press it again, see the LED sequence starts. This is B0, B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6 and B7. So 8 LEDs to the port B. I press the button, the LED sequence starts, else no LED is on. If I keep it pressed, it completes the sequence and starts all over again. It's like pressing the button again. See, it is working perfectly fine. Hello guys, welcome to learning microcontrollers. In this lecture, I will show you how you can make a push button start stop 8 cross LED train sequence with PIC16F877A using MikroC for PIC compiler software. So let's get started. So guys, this is our PIC16F877A microcontroller having 40 pins. It's a DIP version. This over here is a push button which we will use to start and stop the sequence. And let's just first connect this, then we move on to the LEDs. So you can see it have 2 pins, and to connect this with a PIC you need a 10K resistor. This resistor will decide either when the button is pressed a 1 is sent or a 0 is sent. It will be either pull up or pull down configuration. So we will be connecting this resistor in such a way that whenever the button is pressed a 1 will be sent. So let's do that. I name the one pin of the button as signal, other one as the VCC. You can shuffle these 2 pins as well because it's a non-polar component, doesn't matter. Okay, you connect the VCC pin directly with the VCC pin of the PIC. For the signal pin, connect it to the one end of the 10K resistor like this. From the same pin, you take out your output. For the output, you can use any available digital input output pin of your PIC or a GPIO pin. I'm going to use a pin number 15, that is port C, pin 0, C0. Now, from the other end of this 10K resistor, you set it to the ground. Always remember that whenever the 10K resistor one end is at the grounding end, it means whenever the button is pressed, a 1 will be sent. If this end was at the VCC end, then a 0 was to be sent. So in our case, whenever this button will be pressed, a 1 will be sent. So we will do the programming accordingly. Now let's connect the LEDs. So we have total 8 LEDs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we will connect them to any port available. So I will use the complete port B for this. B0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for one pin for each LED. Now let's connect the LEDs. As you can see, each LED has 2 pins, one longer, one shorter. To connect this LED with a PIC, you need a safety resistor. This resistor makes sure that whenever your PIC powers up the LED do not get burned. It's basically a current limiting resistor. So let's do the connection. So I call the longer pin of each LED as the VCC because you give power to that pin. And remember, you cannot shuffle the longer and the shorter pin. The longer is always the power and shorter is always the ground. If you do the opposite, your LED will get burned. So be careful. So the shorter pin is the ground. Now guys, for the ground pin, just common all of the ground pins together and send it to the ground pin of your PIC. In my case, I have used a pin number 31. That is also a ground pin. Now, for the longer pin of each LED, first of all, we start from the topmost. Connect the longer pin to the one end of your resistor, current limiting resistor. The value of the current limiting resistor can be any value depending upon your requirement. Higher the value of the resistor, the dimmer the LED will be by default. So I have selected a 220 ohm resistor. It's an ideal value if you give 5 volt to the LED. So you can select other values as well. So one end of the resistor to the longer pin. From the other end of this resistor, you send it to any available GPIO pin. As I told you earlier, I will be using the port B. So pin number B7 is the one I use for the topmost LED. For the second LED from the top, again the same thing, connect the longer pin to the one end of the 220 ohm resistor. From the other end, you can use any pin. I will use the B6. Now for the third LED, again the same, longer pin to the one end of the resistor, then your GPIO pin, and the third pin I connect to pin number B5, 4 pin to the B4, fifth LED to the B3, then we go to the B2, then B1, and the last LED to the pin number B0 the same way. In this way, our 8 LEDs are connected to the port B of the PIC while the button is at port C, pin number 0, so it's C0. Now since we have made the schematic, now we can move on to the programming. Before that, let me introduce you to the hardware. So for the hardware, I have this simple setup. You can see that these are the 8 LEDs connected to port B, and this one is the button we will be using. Rest will not be used. This is our PIC16F877A, and I'm using a PIC3 programming tool for doing the programming. So let's get to the MikroC for PIC. This is our MikroC for PIC. I zoom in, go to the left, click on File, click on New Project. This window pops up, click on Next, write the name of the project. I write button sequence 8 LED start stop tutorial. You can write any name you prefer. Select the path where you want your files to be created. Microcontroller, I'm going to use a PIC16F877A. The crystal connected to the pin number 13 and 14 of your PIC. In my case, it's a 20 MHz, so I write 20 here. Click on Next and Finish. This window pops up. Before you do anything else, first of all, save your work. Click on File, click on Save. This window pops up, click on Save. Now start doing the programming. Since we have one button connected to port C, pin number C0, I write tris C.F0 equals to 1. Tris is the direction register, C is the port, F0 means pin number C0, 1 means the pin has been declared as input. So for the button, it will always be an input pin. And by default, port C.F0 equals to 0. Why the default value must be 0? Because I told you earlier, we have connected this button in such a way that whenever the button is pressed, a 1 is sent. So by default, it must be 0. So when it will be pressed, a 1 will be sent. So we will do the programming accordingly. Give some initialization delay, not necessary, but I always suggest you give it in the one-time loop. Here we go, the button has been initialized. Let's go for the LEDs. Complete port B is the LED pin. So LED port, sorry. So I write tris B is equals to, I use the binary 0B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all the 8 pins are denoted by these 8 bits. This is B0, pin number B0. This is B1, this is B2, and up to B8. So port B has been declared as output port because tris is the direction register, B is the port, and 0 means the pin has been declared as output, unlike 1 which means it is input. So LED is always connected to an output pin. Now by default, I want all the LEDs to be off, so I again do the same. Just copy this sequence here. By default, all the LEDs will be 0. It means low, off. We give some initialization delay here as well. So all the 8 LEDs have also been initialized using these 3 commands. Now we move on to our forever loop. While one forever loop starts here, ends here, and inside it, first we check if button is pressed. Port C.F0 double equals to 1. If the button is pressed, then enter this loop. And inside this loop, we write our sequence. What sequence I want to make? By default, I copy paste this here. All the LEDs are off. I make it 1. The first LED will turn on, and then I give a delay of 250 millisecond. Okay, there we go. Now for the second effect, I make the second LED go on as well. Now for the third effect, I make the third LED go on as well. Again, I copy this. Now for the fourth effect, it will be like a train. See, fourth LED goes on. Now in the fifth turn, the fifth LED goes on. Again, copy paste this. You can also use the loop as well. For teaching you, I'm doing this. While if I have to make a project, I will just use the loop. So it is better to learn step by step. Okay, the next step, we get the next LED on, and the next step, we get the next LED on. That is the last one, this one. Both are on. Okay, now you can see that in the first step, first LED, that is the B0 turned on. In the second, B0, B1. In the third, B0, B1, B2. And after 250 millisecond delay, B0, B1, B2, B3. And then again, next one, until all the LEDs till pin B7 are turned on. There are total 8 pins. So 8 LEDs turn on. So once this button is pressed only for once, then the sequence will follow. 250 millisecond into 8, whatever the value is, that is how long it will take. Now we also add a safety as well. Sometimes it happens that button is pressed due to unknown phenomena like static shock or some dust particle causing the sequence to initiate without pressing the button. We add a debouncing delay here. To add a debouncing delay, just add a delay here, delay ms 50 millisecond. It's a lot of, I think 8 is enough, but I am taking a lot of delay. And then again check if the button is pressed. Now if the button is pressed and it is still being pressed for more than 50 millisecond, only then it is considered to be pressed. If it was pressed by some dust particle or electrostatic charge, then it will not be that long. So in this way you get saved. Now add the ending bracket here. Here you go. Now we have also added the debouncing delay. And now once the sequence is followed, after that the LEDs must turn on. Now at this point all the LEDs are on. So to turn them off, we add a else loop, else the whole circuit goes back to the initial state, and this is the initial state. All the pins at port B are off, like this, like this. So if the button is pressed, it will check if the button is still pressed for 50 milliseconds, then it will initiate this sequence. You can make whatever sequence you want. And then once all the LEDs are on, the sequence has been completed, then it will automatically make the port B go back in the initial state, that is all the LEDs are off. We build this code. Okay, there is an error. Okay, we didn't wrote delay ms. So ms comes, this you have to write. So just write it with all the commands. All the commands. Here you go. Here you go. Okay, build again. Okay, built without error. Go to your PIC3 programmer tool. There you go. Click on file, click on import. This is the hex file we just generated. Click on write. Okay, wait for the new file to be created or burned. Wait. Pin number B6 and B7 are used for programming as well. You can see those two LEDs blinking during programming. So it's burned. We power up the circuit using PIC3 programmer tool. I click on. Okay, the circuit is on. No LED is blinking or on. That's great, because you know by default in the programming we have given else condition, that is 0. This is our default state. All the LEDs must be off. So that is what it is doing. So this is great. Now, if we didn't use the debouncing delay, then there is a possibility that the circuit may randomly turn on because of some unknown phenomena, like the button is being pressed with a static shock or something. That's why we use this debouncing delay over here. We did this double check. So this makes your circuit safe. Okay, no LED on. Once I press this button, the sequence will start. Okay, here you go. See, I press this button, the sequence starts. See, it starts. This is B0, B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6, B7. Now take a look here. It's working perfectly fine. Our sequence was such that it's like a train sequence. One LED turns on, then second, then third, then fourth, after, and the interval is 250 milliseconds. See? If I keep it pressed, it will keep on doing this. See? So guys, this is it. I hope you guys learned something from this lecture. If you have any questions, please do ask. So we'll see you in the next lecture. Goodbye until then.